Hi, Trisha.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. I'm okay. How are you?
Awesome. Awesome. Where are you from?
I'm from New York, Brooklyn,
Oh,
New York.
okay. Awesome.
Mhm. Yeah.
Are you wholesaling now?
I'm new. I have
You-
no experience.
Okay. That's okay. Have you been to any meetups or done anything?
I joined this program, noelrandall.com. It's a YouTuber thing, and I paid a lot of money, and I'm not really motivated. I'm not really understanding.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
yeah.
maybe I could help you um, from the basics, okay? Because
Okay.
if, right now you're the only one here, so it's gonna be all about you.
Okay.
Free information here. Um, so what do you tell me? So you joined a program, but it don't seem like it's working right
Uh,
now.
I'm not sure what state, if I should do it in Brooklyn, New York, or in New Jersey. Do I have to live in that state? I'm not to do the
Don't
wholesaling.
you do not have to live in the state to wholesale. Okay, it's harder, in my opinion, in a way. Um, and here's what I would do. So you're what I'm gonna check something out right now. While I
Okay.
where do you what's close to you that might be a good place to wholesale?
Uh, I'm in New Jersey at times,
All right, so maybe New Jersey.
maybe New Jersey. Yeah.
Okay, hang on. All right, so I'm just checking on. I'm going to try to find some meetup groups. Have you joined any meetup groups at all
No,
in New
no, I
Jersey?
have not.
Okay,
Mm.
so I'm going to share my screen just so you can see.
Okay.
Share. All right, I'm on Facebook. Can you see my screen over here?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go back and just kind of show you. Do you have Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I have a Facebook group. You could join it if you want, but it's
Okay.
called TC Deals. Here it is right here. TC Deals Detroit. And so I have people that post properties on here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to my home. I'm gonna go to groups up here. That's what I wanted to do. And search groups. I'm gonna say wholesaling in New Jersey. See what pops up, if anything.
Okay.
This might take a second.
Mm.
Sometimes. Okay, here's what popped up. Let's see. Well, you can see someone has it. It's called Wholesaling Real Estate Deals. They have a
Yeah.
deal in Trenton, New Jersey. All right.
Mm.
What? All right, here's wholesaling in New Jersey. See this right here?
Right. Okay. So,
So there's 145 members. There's not a lot,
uh,
but there looks like they're wholesaling. Oh, here's a house.
mm,
This residential property is a family zoned as a two-family, has a legal kitchen in the basement, located in a highly sought-after neighborhood of Bergenfield.
mhm.
Do you know where that? You ever heard of that? And that's
I
400.
heard about it.
Yeah. So, all right, let's read a couple more. They want 200 for this one.
Hmm.
So here's a couple things that you could do is,
Okay.
see, there's people here in New Jersey. One thing you could do is you can reach out to these people and tell them who you are, and you
Okay.
know you want to wholesale, you're just starting wholesaling, and you want to possibly wholesale in New Jersey.
Okay.
That's one thing. You can watch them. You know, this guy seems like he's pretty active. I've seen him on a few different posts. See,
I lost the screen.
and Jimmer Moore. All right, that's one way to try to reach some people. All right, but how do they teach you, or how are they showing you to find deals?
Just had go on prop stream.
Go on prop stream and post
I
a
have
list, and then
subscribed
it makes some phone
and
calls.
make 3 phone calls a day. I need to know how to talk to these people to negotiate. I don't
Yeah.
I don't know.
How many people are you supposed to call a day?
You said 3 people a day,
3?
3 a day,
Okay,
and talk to agents who can get you the listing.
right.
I don't know. These agents, I don't know if they're not very helpful. They said, no, they cannot help me. They had hang up the phone on me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think your best bet is to talk to some of these other wholesalers and say, you know, I want to start making phone calls. You know, do you have anything I could call? You know, stuff like that. You know, maybe you could go into meet them somewhere, you know, to make some phone calls together at their office or at the
Yeah,
library or wherever. Okay.
that would be helpful. Yeah.
But we'll go over some scripts and things like that. In the very beginning, you're not going to know everything. You're just,
Okay.
your job would be just to try to find someone that might be interested in selling,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll show you how to do that. And then once they might be interested in selling, you could, you know, ask them a few questions about the property and about, you know, the description, you know, is this a property you live in? I'll give you some things to say about the property, and then we're going to ask about the price, and we're going to try to figure out what their motivation is, why they want to sell it,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and then their timeline, like how fast do they want to sell, you know.
Right.
Those are the 4 things that you're always trying to get out of it, okay?
Okay.
All right, but we'll definitely go over that today. But I
Okay.
appreciate it because now I'm going to be able to try to help you out today. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Mr. Is it R.
Yes,
Silas?
yes, my name is Rolando. How are you, Todd?
I'm well. How about yourself today?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you for the invite. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Have you been wholesaling? Are you wholesaling now? What are you doing?
Not yet. I got enrolled into a training for, I believe you probably know Tarek Imuso. I'm basically enrolling his homeschool program.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, I mean, their strength is not necessarily wholesale. And I know that this is a great way to get started. They do have systems, and I've been in this program for probably about a week and a half. And I didn't have a Facebook page. I didn't know that I needed to create that. So that's how I was able to get started, like creating my Facebook page, reaching out to you guys. I live in Rhode Island, and you know, just trying to start some businesses. I work full-time as well. You know, I have a full-time job right now, which over the past 10 years has been very, very well, very active, a lot of work. But I wanted to do something for myself and being able to help my daughter. She's actually expected to go to college next year. So, you know, I wanted to be able to do something good, learn this wholesaling process, which I think it's a great strategy. I believe that it's a lot of work involved,
Yeah.
And I wanted to learn from the best. So that's what I'm trying to do, Todd.
Okay, great. And I'll give Trisha, I just thought of something that's going to really help you out. It might help you out also because you got a full-time job, okay? And I'm going to show you guys that tonight too. Okay. And perfect. Thanks for all the information. But once I, now I know a little bit about you. So I'm going to put my information in the chat here. So you guys could call, text, email me anytime. And I have access to people nationally. So in New Jersey, Rhode Island, New York, all over the place, Texas, name it. I belong to some masterminds that I'm really connected with. So, I just got a deal done in Texas, and, I'm usually 99% of my deals are here in Michigan because there's so much business here. I really don't need to stretch out and go other places. Okay.
That's excellent.
In my Facebook page, you guys are more than welcome to join it. Facebook group page is called TC Deals Detroit. Okay, and I have a YouTube page. YouTube is Todd Vernon Chunn. It's really easy.
Excellent.
And we got some training videos on YouTube also of things that I've done in the past. And I'm going to get big in TikTok, and I'm working on getting bigger in Instagram also. But all right, great. All right, so Julia, can you hear? And I'm sorry, first, if everyone could put in their name, email, cell phone, at least, and what state you're from or market that you want to work in. And if I, because I might come across some people I'd love to connect you with also. So Julia, where are you from?
Hello, I'm from Illinois.
Okay, terrific. And I know the laws changed in Illinois with wholesaling. What are you doing?
Just trying to get, I guess, some information on wholesaling and how, I guess I'm not really sure how to get started and just wanted to get some information.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much. Marianne, where are you from?
Hi, hello everybody.
Hello.
Marianne here. I'm from South Jersey. I've been interested in real estate for a good amount of time, but I'm ready to pull the trigger. I actually just switched jobs, and it had me question, should I roll over my 401k or should I liquidate some of that and just run with this, because I'm really ready. My career is at a point where I actually work at night for my W-2, and I'm ready to take advantage of the day hours to run this business. So I'm here to learn and contribute down the line.
Okay, awesome. Well, I don't want to give you any do's or don'ts on a 401k. I can just tell you what I did. I have a 401k and I turned it into a self-directed IRA. And I promise me, I'm not telling you to do this. I want you to talk to a lot of people first. And what it allows me to do is once in a while, I will buy a wholesale deal. Let's say I got a wholesale deal in, let's say for $40,000, and I could sell it for 50. Okay. But if I buy it, I could clean it out and maybe sell it for 75,000. So what I'll do is I'll buy that deal through my self-directed IRA, and then I will clean it out and throw it on the market. I'm a real estate agent. And then I will sell it for 75, and all that money goes right back into my IRA, tax-free. Okay. So if I do one of those deals a month or one or two, in a couple of years, I should have $1 million in there, right? I mean, that's the goal, is, to grow that. So, but that's one way you could do it. And, if you want to do a fix and flip, I don't think there's all kinds of, you just gotta, I could even suggest, you could reach out to me later of someone you could talk to through my mastermind group. I got hooked up with a company that is who I got my IRA through. I got to get the information. And, you know, because my coach, you know, one of my mentors uses them, and a lot of other people, and their fees were real cheap. It was, you know, it was a good fit for me, but definitely that is something to look into. Okay. That's what I would suggest anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So first of all, what I want to tell you guys about, so brand new in the wholesaling, there's a company, there's a few different companies out there. It's called REI USA. And I want to double check, make sure I got it right. I actually use them. Or REI Leads, L-E-A-D, and I'll put it in the chat. Okay, let me throw it in the chat right now. And what they do is what they do, so for us, you know, it's like $1,700 a month. But what they do is they call 1,000 people a day for you. Okay. They coach, they already have people that are going to find you motivated sellers. Okay. And then you'll get notified that they have a lead, and then you call the lead from there. All right. And then so you work on warm leads. Okay. So that's it's just, and there's other companies that do that, but that is and I'm going to show you some of the leads. I just started using it, and less than about a week, or last week is, I'm going to share my screen. So there's this called Slack, and then they send over the leads. Like they'll send over this guy here, his phone number, the address, they'll put in the Zestimate, maybe some information, and what the guy's asking price is. Okay. And so it's like having a VA, a virtual assistant, making phone calls for you, but you don't have to train them. Okay. You don't have to train them, and you just call them, and you know, some leads they bring you are not very good, meaning it's just like any other person that a VA, they just bring someone that might be interested in buying. Like this guy was a nice guy here.
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing your screen. Are you sharing?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Now you can see it, right?
Okay, yes, perfect, thank you.
It's called, this is how I get the leads over to me once they make a lead. And so give you, like here, like they'll give me the guy's name, phone number, the address, the Zestimate, a little bit of notes, and their asking price, what they're asking. Okay. And like here's one, this was a really good lead. It was, you know, it's probably worth 100,000. They want 60,000, you know, stuff like that. So like I said, some of them are motivated, some of them are not, but at least I'm talking to some people, you know, and I'm not having to train, you know, they're going to pull the phone numbers, they're going to pull the list for you, all that stuff, because that way they could, if you pull phone numbers and list and they don't make any leads, they're going to blame it on your phone numbers and your list that you pulled. So I want them to provide their, you know, people that they call, they train them, they swear by them, and they monitor them, make sure they're doing well. And then they pull the list of the areas that I want and the parameters that I want, and they pull the phone numbers, and then they send us leads. Okay. So there's other services out there. Just you could, you know, you could check into other ones also, because they might have one that's only calling 200 or 300 a day. That might be all you need right now. You know, so when you're at work, you're on your lunch, you can make a phone call and call them back, or at nighttime, you could call them back and things like that. So, but that is one way for lead generation, okay?
Quick question, Todd. So how does it work? So you guys get the lead and you will talk to the guy if he wants to sell. You guys, how does it work? How do you guys see the property, or what's the scope? How does it work?
Yeah, for sure. So this is the system we use. It's called Slack, S-L-A-C-K. And they send us the lead through here, okay? So you want to know, like, if you get the lead, you want me to show you guys exactly what I do if I got a lead? Would
Yeah.
that be good? Okay. So let's take that one in East Point that I showed you. This one right here, 24852 Grove Avenue. Okay, so let me get on my, so I'm a real estate agent, okay? All right, let me get on the MLS. I'm gonna show you what I do first and foremost. I'm sure you guys have Google Maps. I got an icon, but it's blocking it. Google Maps, all right. All right, so I'm gonna just look at it, 24852 Grove in East Point. So I pull it up here. And this is the house. I know this area well. I mean, I know the block. I know it's really easy over here, or I've been doing it a long time. So this is a nice, actually, there's a lot of homeowners here. This is about 2 miles from Detroit. It's in the suburbs, like just a average suburbs, okay? So you got a house here. So I like the house. I could tell you right now, I like it. It'll be a nice rental property. And then I'm gonna go into, I'm just gonna go 24852 Grove. And I'm gonna look for the Zillow estimate. See if it pops up or not. So here we go, boom, Zillow. It says estimate, doesn't really mean much, 111,300. It says it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,092 square feet. Okay, so last but not least, now I'm gonna go into RealComp. That is for real estate agents here. And that gives me a lot of information. So when I'm gonna, this all takes me probably less than 5 minutes when I'm out, when I'm not showing someone and I'm just doing it. I just get all the information. And then so I'm checking the public records right now. I put in Wayne County. It's actually Macomb County because it's across 8 Mile. Okay, so there's the guy's name, his wife's name. And this tells you the tax information here. And right here, it says 0% homestead. So this is a rental property right now. All right. And it tells you the square foot, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And then I look to see if there's any listings currently on the market. So this was one. It's on a crawl space too. You see that, no basement. So that was back in 2001. So that was a long time ago. 97, 95. Just want to see if there's anything recent so I could see some other pictures maybe. There is not. All right, so now I will go into a search. East Point. Maybe I got the address. Oh, I got, yeah. 248. Is that the right address? Yeah. There we go. All right. So I click on this. I put coming soon, active, contingent, accepting backup offers, pending, and sold in the last 180 days. And I'm gonna put the bedroom count. We know it's a 2-bedroom. I'm gonna put sale and residential, no condos. And then I'm gonna put no basement and see what we get. And I'm gonna go a 1/2 mile radius. And I know the zip code is, I forget the zip code, so I'm just gonna hit enter. All right, this is what pops up here. I'm gonna go to map. All right, so we got some right on the block here. This is a 2-bedroom that sold for 85. And this one's is a 115 on the same block. So 115, that's a good comp there. And we can always look at the photos to see. So they kind of, it looks like they cleaned it up nice. Nothing special. You can see an ugly refrigerator sitting there. They should have threw that away. And so on the, this is a different city on this side of the road. So we're not gonna even look in that. But I'm happy already. I found one for 115 fixed up, 85, 95. You know, this one, you know, this is a smaller house, 882 square feet, but it's clean and it's sold. So I got some good comps, okay? So, so the next step here is for me to call the owner. So I would call them since they made the lead already. I would, all right, let me stop saving my screen. All right, so I would call and I would, you know, dial the phone, they answer the phone. I say, hi, Mr. Smith, how you doing? My name's Todd. You know, I got your name and number from, you know, the office here, and they said you have a property here on blah, blah, blah street. And I was just, you know, reaching out. Do you have a minute to talk? Or did I catch you at a bad time? Something like that. No, I would say 6, 7, 8 months ago, I would never do. I probably caught you at a bad time because I want to talk to that person. I'm a type of guy. I got him on the phone. I want to talk to him. But 90% of the time, or they're always going to talk to you unless you caught them at a bad time. And if you caught them at a bad time, you don't want to talk to them because a couple of things, they're going to be rushing. They're not going to be paying attention. They're not going to be able to make any good decisions, you know, and stuff like that. So I really, I feel now that it's way better for me, you know, if I did catch them at a bad time, I say, oh, perfectly, I understand. When are you going to be, you know, available? You know, are you later today? And if they say yes, and I'll work on a time to call them back, okay? Or tomorrow or something like that. So I want to make sure I call them back. How do I remember to call them back? I'm very busy and forgetful. So I put an alarm on my iPhone. And on the alarm, it'll say, call Mr. Jones on this street. I could tag it that way. And I'll do it like 15 minutes prior to the alarm. And then also in my CRM, where I keep all my deals, my customer what's it called? Customer relation management system or something like that. It's where you keep all your deals. I'll also have them notify me they always notify me by email. And I check that every day, every morning. So I know what I'm doing. So I'll get notifications there too. But all right, so let's not say it's okay to talk. I say, hey, Mr. Smith, how you doing, sir? My name's Todd. You spoke with my office. I appreciate that. And I'm calling regarding your property over here on, you know, Latham Street. And, you know, they told me you're looking to sell. And I got a couple of questions and I could see how I can help you. It's that simple. And just because I say it that way, or you can say it any way you want. Hey, Mr. Jones, how you doing? My name's Todd. I'm calling, you know, you spoke to my office. I'm calling regarding your property on Latham Street. They told me you're looking to sell. I was just calling to see if this was a good time to talk. Yes, okay, perfect. Yeah, they told me this property here, this is a property, and then I go right into the property regarding, is this a property you're living in? Is it a rental property or is it vacant? Those 3 things, okay? So depending on what those 3 things are, depends on what I'm gonna say next. So If they live in the property, then I'm gonna say, oh, terrific. Why are you looking to move? I might even try to figure out what their motivation is. And they're gonna tell me it could be all kinds of reasons. I wanna get out of the neighborhood. I wanna move up north. I'm getting a divorce. I can't afford it. I'm behind on my payment. There's gotta be a reason why they wanna move. Now, if they tell you, and I get this sometimes, they say, I don't, you called me, your office called me, said they gave me an offer. I just want to know what your offer is. They're not motivated. You're not going to talk them into selling. Okay. If that comes to me, if someone says that, then I'm going to say, I understand that. Awesome. Yeah, this is a great time to sell, sir. It all would depend on your property. And, the houses are selling for a lot of money. I tell you what, they're redoing kitchens and baths, and they're making it all, open concept, recessed lights, granite countertops, beautiful homes. And you probably even know some houses in your area that have sold for, $100,000+ because of that. Is that what you're looking for? Blah, 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 blah. Pretty much we're going to get off the phone. Okay. Unless they have a reason to sell. But if this guy lives in the house, he wants to sell because, they want to move, or they're finding another house, and whatever the reason is, you can say, I understand. So when, if you and I were able to figure out something that worked well for you, it worked well for me, when would you like to sell or move? When do you think about you'd like to move? And you see, I'm even stumbling now the way I talk, and, but that's okay. They don't know it. And it's just normal. You don't have to be perfectly sound on the phone, because I tell you, I am not. And I just say what I want to say. I say it with confidence, and that's really it, So if they say, well, we could probably the next 30 days, or 2 weeks, or no matter, I say, okay, perfect. Well, we can handle that. And all right, so let me ask you a few more questions about the house, if I may. And a lot of stuff I have already. I see it's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. I wasn't sure, is it on a crawl space, or do you have a basement? Boom, they tell me it's on a crawl. I knew that. I just wanted to point out that they don't have a basement to them. Let them know that I know he doesn't have a basement. If he doesn't have a garage, I'm going to say, now, do you have a 1-car, 2-car? How big is your garage? Oh, we don't have a garage. Okay. So now I see that. Oh, I got you. Did you ever have a garage since you've been there? No. I say, okay, well, I know the area pretty well. I know most houses have garages, but that's fine. And well, let me ask you this, Mr. Jones. What do you think? Do you have anything majorly wrong with the property that I should know about, or something that's going to need attention right away in the next, 2, 3, 4 weeks? Boom. I want to know if there's anything roof, bad this, bad that, right? Because I'm gonna go look at the house. Okay, I'm gonna go to the house, and now I'm gonna give them the big question here. All right, Mr. Jones. All right, perfect. Nothing there. And what updates have you done? Da 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 da. All right, so I got enough information. I already know about this house, and I know he wants to sell. He's moving. So I got the 3 of the 4 pillars. I got motivation, timeline, when he wants to move, and condition of the property. And now I'm going to go into the price. I said, well, all right, awesome. Well, let me ask you this, if I may. What are you looking to get for the house? What are you looking to get? And then I'm going to be quiet, even if I have to be quiet for 5, 10, 15 seconds. And then they might say, well, I want you to give me a price. I understand that. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure. I haven't seen it yet. I'm just trying to, I got some more information I got to look through, and I'm going to sit down with my, finance manager. He's the one that's going to give the final say so. And when I sit down with him, he's going to ask me that question. And I want to really try to put something together so I can make this work for you. And then 9 times out of 10, I'm getting that first initial number. really doesn't matter. It just gives me an anchor. Okay. Hang on one second. See if there's anyone else. So it just gives me a anchor of, you know, of a price, you know, a point. And then from there, I make the appointment to go see him. I said, okay, everything looks good. And here's what I would like to do is, you know, make an appointment to come out and, you know, take a quick look at the house. It doesn't take long at all. And then I'll be able to see what I could do to help you. And then I go into the appointment. What is usually good for you? Boom, boom, boom. And then we figure out, usually I try to get out there the same day or the next day for sure. I try not to prolong it, because if he's talking to us, he might be talking to other wholesalers also. Okay. And I go out and I take a look. So that's that's an easier type of lead in my opinion, because they're calling or they talk to someone that kind of warmed them up already. All right. So the same thing if someone's renting the house, then if I talk to them and say, are you living in the house, or is it a rented, or is it vacant? If they say it's rented, then I'm going to say, okay, how long has the tenant been there? Are they good tenants? So these are some questions that I'm going to ask. You know, are they good tenants? Hang on one second. I got someone else trying to get in the room. All right, there we go. Are they good tenants? And they say yes or no. How much is the rent? Do they want to stay? Things like that. And then I'll go into the condition of the property, same little bit of things, and ask them, how much are you looking to get for the house? What's going to make you happy? And then I will figure out how I could go in and look at the house, because sometimes it might be a little more difficult when there's a tenant, because you know, he's going to have to call the tenant and things like that and set it up. And I always tell him, look, you don't need to be there when I go see the tenant, because I'm not going to really negotiate at the house when there's a tenant around. You know, he's not going to want to talk to me then. And, you know, he don't want me to talk in front of the tenant. So like I got an appointment tomorrow. I'm looking at 2 houses that are tenant occupied, and I'm going to go there by myself. I tell them that, just tell them I'm either the insurance guy or the inspector, whatever you want to say. I'm not going to talk to the tenant at all. I'm just going to look at all the windows, the furnace, the electrical box. That's the whole house. There's windows everywhere. I'm going to look at the basement, if there's a basement, the outside of the house, and I'm going to take pictures, and that's it. All right. So that's how I do it on those. And if it's vacant, I say, you know, I do the same thing. Is the house vacant? Is it a property you live in, or is this or is it rented? They tell me it's vacant. Okay. And I always say, is the furnace still there? You know, a lot of houses in Detroit, if it's vacant, the furnace is gone. And I go, how long has it been vacant? You know, what kind of condition is it in, and things like that. And I just go into making that lead as a vacant house. And I try to figure out how much he's looking to get for the house. And so that's a little softer. So if you're making a lead, let's say you get a list on PropStream, you get a phone call, or you're calling people, cold calling, I guess you would call it, or someone you're driving for dollars. Things like that. You guys know, does anyone not know what driving for dollars is? So everyone, boom, we all know what that is. So you drive around, get addresses, find houses that need some love, and you skip trace them and get their names and numbers. So the way I call them all you do, you want to get their attention right away, because if you're like, hi, this is Todd, I'm calling, and if you're slow in the beginning, they're going to hang up on you. Okay. If you're slow. So the way I do it, I say, hey, how you doing, sir? My name's Todd Vernon. I don't even ask for the person's name, because you don't know if it's if you're calling Mrs. Jones and you skip trace the number, it might not be Cynthia Jones or whoever. It might not be. If it's a guy that answers, I go, hi, sir, how you doing? My name's Todd Vernon. I'm trying to find Mrs. Jones. I was hoping she might be able to help me out. And Mrs. Jones might say, who is this? What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, hi. Oh, hey, Mrs. Jones. I know you don't know me, but I noticed your property at 15621 Latham Street in Roseville, Michigan. You know, I was over in that area the other day. Not sure if it's vacant, not sure what the situation is, but I'm looking to buy another property here, maybe two in the next, 2 to 3 weeks. And I was just reaching out to see if it's something you might be interested in selling. Boom. That's it. She's either going to say yes or no. If she says, it depends on how she says yes or no. She could say, no, I'm not selling. I'm keeping it. I had it forever, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get anything like that. Then what I would go into then, I'd say, well, do you have any other properties that you might be interested in selling? So I'm just trying to get something out of there. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. On to the next one. If she says, no, how much are you going to give me? Say, well, I'll try. I'm really not sure. Haven't seen the inside of it yet. But if I may, let me ask you a few questions and then I could give you a better idea and see what I could do for you. And then I go into my thing I told you about. Is the property vacant? Is it a property you're living in? Or is this a rental property? And then I go from there, depending on what she says from there. Okay, so that's kind of the way I do it. I say, hi, how you doing? My name's Todd. I'm trying to find Mrs. Webb. I was hoping she might be able to help me out. Boom. Oh, hey, this is Mrs. Webb. How'd you get my number? How did that? Oh, you know what? Mrs. Webb, I know you don't know me, but I noticed that your property on Braille Street over there, I was by it the other day. I'm not sure if someone's living there or if it's vacant, or I'm not sure, but I just thought for some reason it stuck out in my head and I'm looking to buy another property in the next, 3-4 weeks. And, I was just reaching out to see if you might be interested in selling. Boom. If you're interested in a cash offer, interested in selling, I could close fast, things like that. Whatever feels good coming out of your mouth, that's really how you say it, And so that's kind of how, so if you want to take a couple minutes, I don't know if someone has some questions. And if anyone has any questions about what we're talking about today, or